Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Swami Vivekananda, now the dynamic and modern monk of India, who created the history in the World Parliament of Religious in Chicago. Here, I would like to present one of the famous quotation of Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda, a disciple of Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, who created the history in the world of Parliament of Religions, said a wonderful quotation, and which is very popular and very apt for us, those who want, reach, and develop in the spiritual life. Swami Vivekananda says, each soul is a potentially divine. The goal is to manifest this divinity by controlling nature, external and internal. Do this either by work or worship or psychic control or philosophy, by one or more or all of these, and be free. This is one of the famous quotation of Swami Vivekananda. So in this statement, in this quotation, there is a statement, there is a goal, there is a means, there is a method to manifest our divinity. Let us see how this quotation can be elaborated more. What is the statement in this quotation? The statement is, each soul is a potentially divine. We, every one of us, having the divinity within us. Our nature, our Swarupa is a Satchit Ananda Swarupaha. So what is our potentiality? That potentiality is this divinity. The divinity is nothing but the Satchit Ananda Swarupaha. It is our nature that we have to manifest. What is the goal in our life? The goal is to manifest this divinity within us. We have to manifest the good qualities what are there in us, the nature, the Sat, the nature, the Chit, the nature, that Ananda, we have to manifest. But how? How can I manifest? So Swami Vivekananda says, by controlling nature, external and internal. So by controlling the nature within us, and by the controlling the nature externally, we can manifest this divinity which is there potentially within us. But what are the means? Swami Vivekananda says, do this either by work or worship or psychic control or philosophy, by one or more or all of these, and be free. What is the meaning of the work? What does it mean worship? What does it mean psychic control? What does it mean philosophy? Everyone is doing the work. No one can be there without work. Bhagavan Sri Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Nahi kaschit kshanamapi. No one can be there doing any work. Even your sleeping is also is work. Your standing is work. Your sitting is work. Everything considered as an action. Then what is the meaning of the by work here? What is the meaning of the worship? I am going to the temple every day. I am doing this puja. I am doing the japa and all these things. Is that the same as a worship? What Swami Vivekananda says? What is the psychic control? How can I gain the control over my psychic? What is this philosophy? Is a philosophy is intellectual knowledge? What does it means? What are these all means? Let us see what Swami Vivekananda may be intending. By work, the by work means karma yoga. By worship means bhakti yoga. By psychic control, that means Raja Yoga. By philosophy, Jnana Yoga. By one or more or all of these and be free. By one means you can choose any one of this yoga. Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Raja Yoga, Jnana Yoga. Or more means more than one you can choose. It may be one, it may be two, it may be three. Or all of these, or all the four together you can choose and cultivate, but be free. What is a karma yoga means? There are two terms here. One is a karma, other one is yoga. Yoga, it is generally defined yujyate anena iti yogaha. That which unites the two things is called yoga. What are the two things? The two things are, it is said by our elders, Jivatma and Paramatma. The joining our individual self Jivatma with the supreme self Paramatma is called yoga. Yoga is a technique to unite our Jivatma with the Paramatma. But what is a karma? Karma means action. So what is a karma yoga? With the help of karma, we are uniting our individual self with the supreme self. Then the karma will become the karma yoga. So to make it any karma as a karma yoga, we have to bring two concepts here. According to the Bhagavad Gita, the two concepts are whatever work we are doing, we have to offer to the Ishvara, Ishvara Arpana Bhavana. And whatever the result comes, accept the results as a Prasada Bhavana. So bringing the Ishvara in our every action, offering that action to the Ishvara, accepting the result as a Ishvara Prasada, that makes karma into karma yoga. Yad yad karma karomi tattadakilam shambho tavaradhanam. Whatever karma I do, by my actions, by my speech, by my thoughts, all those things I will be offering to the Lord. Then whatever the result comes, accept the result as a prasada, as a gift. No one can do any action without a result. Prompted by the results, people will do the action. Prompted by the results, people will perform the actions. And if you say, don't expect any result from your actions, that means many people may not interested to do any action. Now, what is the karma yoga here? What Sri Krishna want to teach to us? Yes, Sri Krishna says, you can have the desire in the result, but you should understand that you are not the creator of the result. Because many people are doing the same thing at same time, but all the people won't get the same result. Maybe one person is doing the same action at different times at a different place, but all the time the person will not get the same result. Why? Why one person does the same action different times, the results are different? Why many people are doing the same action at the same time, results are different? What could be the reason? The reason is here many factors are involved to give the results. It's why Ishvara is the karma paladhatha, keeping many factors in the account. So what is our job? Not to doing any job is not our job. Our job is do the work, but offer it to the Lord and accept the result as a prasada. Result may be more than your expectation. Result may be less than your expectation. Or result may be opposite to your expectation. So whatever may be the result, accept first. So when you accept the results as Ishvara Prasada, our mind is available for analysis and what we can do the next, we can think, because mind is available. So that is a karma yoga. So we will share the more videos on this karma yoga topic in the light of Swami Vivekananda through Bhagavad Gita. So next, what is a worship? Worship means bhakti yoga. So here I am uniting my individual self with the Supreme Self as a bhakti, as a devotion, as a worship, as a tool. Through the tool of bhakti, I am trying to connect my individual self with the Supreme Self. In the Bhakti Yoga, the Bhagavata Purana gives the wonderful explanations. There is a nice shloka comes from the Bhagavata Purana. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Bandhanam Dasyam Sakyamatmani Vedanam. The 9 forms of the devotion, the 9 ways of the devotion to manifest is explained in Bhagavata Purana. We will be happy to share one more video on this Bhakti Yoga with the help of the Bhagavata Purana. Then psychic control, Raja Yoga. What is the meaning of psychic control? Psychic control is nothing but mind management. So Raja Yoga, what is the Raja Yoga? Raja Yoga is the other name of Patanjali Yoga Sutras. So Patanjali Yoga Sutras is one of the wonderful psychology subject, ancient psychology. If the Sigmund Freud is the father of the psychology, I consider Maharshi Patanjali is the grandfather of the psychology. How to train the mind is the most important concept is given by the Maharshi Patanjali in Patanjali Yoga Sutras. Because the training the mind is the most important. Amrita Bindu Upanishad says, Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha moksha yogo. Mind alone is the cause for your moksha. Mind alone is the cause for your bondage. Then Kathopanishad says, a trained mind is your friend. A untrained mind is your enemy. If you train your mind, it helps you to gain the moksha. What is moksha? Moksha, in simple terms, happiness. I want to be happy. When you want to be happy, today or tomorrow? I want to be happy today as well as tomorrow. In case if there is one more life, that time also I want to be happy. So mind management is one of the wonderful technique introduced by Patanjali Maharshi in Patanjali Yoga Sutras. So we will be doing the Patanjali Yoga Sutras online classes on the Zoom platform. So we are dealing each sutra with word by word meaning and whole sutra meaning and interpretation of the sutra in the light of Vyasa Maharshi. There is one Vyasa commentary is there on Patanjali Yoga Sutras. There is one Bhoja commentary is there on Patanjali Yoga Sutras. So in the light of Vyasa and Bhoja, of course, in the light of the Shastra, we will be dealing the Patanjali Yoga Sutras. Those who are interested, they can contact us. They can join our regular classes on the Zoom platform. Then, by philosophy, what is a philosophy? Here, philosophy means Jnana Yoga, by the knowledge. Knowledge is the ultimate thing to help us to understand who am I. I am this body, or I am this mind, or I am this intellect. Who am I? The question of who am I is answered by the Jnana Yoga. In the Jnana Yoga, there's a beautiful statement comes, Atma Satyam Tadanyat Sarvam Mithya Iti. In the Jnana Yoga, the two important points which a seeker should understand clearly, what is Satyam, what is Mithya. Satyam means truth. What do you mean by truth? Truth means that which exists in the 3 periods of the time is called truth. Then what is a mithya? The mithya is neither real nor unreal. That is called mithya. Understanding this satyam and mithya helps us to understand the scriptures, to understand the Vedanta better. If we are not able to understand what is this satyam, what is this mithya, then entire Vedanta can create confuse in us. So we are doing the Jnana Yoga classes, that is Vedanta classes, through Vedanta textbooks like a Prakarana Granthas written by the Shankaracharya, like Tattva Bodha, Viveka Chudamani, etc. Also, we do the classes on Bhagavad Gita with Shankaracharya's commentary, and also we do the Upanishad classes. So apart from the Jnana Yoga classes and Patanjali Yoga Sutra classes, we also do the Sanskrit grammar classes. Our Sanskrit grammar class is meant to understand the scriptures better. So Swami Vivekananda says, by one or more, by practicing one yoga, either it may be Karma Yoga, or it may be Bhakti Yoga, or it may be Raja Yoga, or it may be Jnana Yoga, or more. More means more than one. It can be any combination of these yogas, 4 yogas, it may be 2, it may be 3, or all of these are practicing all the 4 yogas and be free. Be free means be free from the limitations. Be free from the body mind sense complex. So when you will be free, when we understand our nature, Sat Chit Ananda Swarupaha, when we understand the nature of the Atma. What is the Atma? Atma is other than Stula Sukshma Karana Shariras. Atma is beyond the 5 koshas, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Amtamaya koshas. Atma is a witness of your Jagrata Avastha, Swapna Avastha, Sushupta Avastha. Then what is the nature of the Atma? It is a Sat Chit Ananda. So learn, study all those yogas and be free, be happy. Om Tat Sat.